What is up, you guys? Jeff Rants 92773 coming at you from the No Social Justice Warrior Zone. And if you're not a safe spacer, if you're not one of those people that actually cries and breaks down when they're a little uncomfortable, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, click that notification bell, and select receive notification, because God forbid YouTube actually notifies us when the people we subscribe to post a video. On Monday, the big news was Trump is starting a trade war. Trump has insulted our G7 allies, and everybody's going to starve, and there's going to be no raw goods coming in from overseas, and the children are going to be dying in the streets. It was complete hysteria that obviously the media has lost its mind over this, because that's what they, you know what, they haven't lost their mind. Their mind has been gone a long time. It's been gone for a while, ever since the day Trump won that election. They've completely gone off the deep end. I'm not saying anything you don't already know. So fast forward to Tuesday and the Kim Trump summit, and obviously the narrative now is Trump is abandoning his allies, South Korean allies, by not doing the joint military exercises with South Korea. He's giving, and obviously denuclearization is a bad thing now because, well, it's Trump. I mean, they gave Obama a freaking Nobel Peace Prize and he did nothing. Nothing. Trump has actually started the ball rolling a little bit that maybe this whole denuclearization thing in the Korean Peninsula could actually happen. It may not. I mean, I'm not saying it will, but there's a very good chance it could happen. I would say there's probably a better than 50% chance. I really do. I really believe that. Now, if you go back to the whole trade war thing, how Trump insulted Trudeau, and he insulted Merkel, and he insulted everybody in the G7 by suggesting Russia should be in the G7 and it should be the G8 again, blah, 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 blah. It's in the end of the world, the end of the world, the end of the world. We're all going to die. We're all going to starve. There's going to be no fuel, and we're going to freeze to death in winter. The hysteria is absolutely ridiculous. But all you have to do is to understand that, and to understand the media's reaction, to understand Trump and his negotiating strategies, is look back to 1 year ago at this time. What was happening on the Korean Peninsula 1 year ago around this time? I don't know the exact date. I'm not a Google machine. It was around a year ago, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Was, of course, the infamous Fire and Fury. Hawaii was under missile drills because they were afraid North Korea was going to launch a nuke at them, and tensions were really high. What happened the other day? North Korea actually, in principle, agreed to I can't even say the frickin' word, denuclearization, to get rid of their nukes. That right there is the reason there's not going to be a trade war. This is how Trump operates. He fires an extremely aggressive first salvo. He insults, gets people up back on their heels, and then it's a long game with him. Slowly builds until he could make some sort of deal. Everybody stop freaking out. There is not going to be a trade war. It's in the best interest of everybody involved to avoid that. In fact, most of the European nations couldn't survive a trade war. Canada, United States, Russia, China, they have enough natural resources where they could conceivably survive some sort of trade war. The European countries can't. They just can't. Trudeau can afford to be a dick a little bit because his country actually has some natural resources. Germany has very few. All you have to do is go back to World War II and the bombings of the synthetic oil factories and things of that nature to understand that Germany, out of all the countries, should understand that they don't have crap when it comes to natural resources. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you next time.